Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over an article from Fidelity.com. Actually, credit to Reuters or Reuters, however you pronounce that word. But this is as of 58 minutes ago, talking about the NASDAQ and the Fed. And we're going to also look at the S&P 500, kind of go over the charts, see what they're telling us. And in anticipation on their meeting today, where the market may be heading. So just to reiterate, guys, not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research. Also, if you find value in the video, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. Hit the notification bell, that way YouTube can let you know every time we release new content. Other than that, guys, let's dive right on into it. All right, guys, so it says NASDAQ futures slip as big tech results roll in, Fed in focus. NASDAQ futures crept lower on Wednesdays as investors assessed results from Microsoft and Alphabet, with the markets also cautious ahead of the Federal Reserve rate hike that could push borrowing costs their highest since the global financial crisis. Microsoft eased 3.9% into pre-market trading after laying out an aggressive spending plan to meet demand for its new artificial intelligence services. The Windows maker still surpassed estimates for quarterly revenue and profit. On the other hand, Alphabet gained 6.7% after the Google parent's second quarter profit exceeded Wall Street's expectations on steady demand for its cloud services and a rebound in advertising. Meta Platforms, which also highly dependent on ad sales, rose 2% ahead of its quarterly report after the bell. The New York Stock Exchange FANG Index, which houses many of the mega cap growth names, has rallied 76.5% so far this year on optimism over the AI and the hopes that the Fed is nearing the end of rate hike cycle. The Fed is widely expected to deliver a 25 basis point interest rate hike later throughout the day, though there is less clarity over what the central bank will do at subsequent meetings. Beyond the July meeting, the path of policy is murkier. The substantial moderation in June's inflation print should give policymakers additional time to review the incoming data. Hank Potts, a market strategist on Barclays Private Bank, said in a note. We still think that the policymakers will want to be assured that inflation will descend towards the 2% target level, and therefore forecast a final quarter point increase at either the September or November making the terminal rate for this cycle 5.5 to 5.75%. As of 4:28 a.m. Eastern Time, Dow E-minis were down 31 points, or 0.09%. S&P E-minis were up 1.75 points, or 0.04%, and the NASDAQ 100 E-minis were down 11.75 points, or 0.07%. The blue chips Dow extended its winning streak to a 12th straight session on Tuesday, driven by strong earnings in healthcare and financials and some of the rotation out of tech stocks. In other earnings-driven news, Snap tumbled 18% after the photo messaging app owner gave a weaker third quarter guidance than analysts had expected as it works to compete with tech giants for advertising dollars. Amazon fell 1.8% after a media report said that the Federal Trade Commission is finalizing an antitrust lawsuit against the company. So there's what happened, because I was wondering last night, I was checking all my stuff and I saw Amazon just kind of took a tumble over just randomly, and I couldn't find any articles out on it on Thinkorswim. So there we go. So the Federal Trade Commission finalizing an antitrust lawsuit against the company. We'll go over that in a second. Wells Fargo climbed 2.8% after the bank's board authorized a new share buyback program of up to $30 billion. AT&T, Thermo Fisher Scientific, U.S. railroad operator Union Pacific Corp., eBay, Boeing, and Coca-Cola are expected to report results later in the day. Okay, all interesting stuff. Good to kind of get back at this and actually pay attention to what's going on in the market. As I stated in one of my other videos from yesterday, I've been on vacation for about 3 weeks, so kind of been keeping up with several of the stocks, but the market in general, I haven't really dug into what's going on and some key events and things of that nature. So really quickly, I would like to go over exactly what this means here, what exactly an antitrust lawsuit is in regards to Amazon. So first and foremost, antitrust. What is an antitrust? So antitrust laws are regulations that encourage competition by limiting the market power of a particular firm. This often involves ensuring that mergers and acquisitions don't overrely concentrated market power and form monopoly. So this gets on my nerves so bad regarding Amazon, because you know what? They've been so like just almost picking on them because they're too big, and and I'm like, man, this is crazy, because any company had the opportunity to do what Amazon does and Amazon did and continue to do, and that just gets on my nerves. Like, oh, they're a monopoly, they're too big, they're over like they're like what? Like, everybody can sell stuff online. This is just the most recognized one on the planet, and I think it's just crappy that they have issues with they're too big, I guess. So this is the article talking about it. It says the U.S. Federal Trade Commission is finalizing its long-awaited antitrust lawsuit against Amazon in a move that would ultimately break up parts of the company, Politico reported on Tuesday. The wide-ranging lawsuit is expected as soon as August and will likely challenge a host of Amazon's business practices, the report said, citing people with knowledge of the matter. The complaint could focus on challenges to Amazon Prime. Amazon rules that the FTC says block lower prices on competing websites, and policies it believes force merchants to use Amazon's logistics and advertising services, the report said. So that's kind of crappy for Amazon investors in a sense, because as you saw how the market replied to that yesterday and after hours, is it kind of tanked. But however, in my opinion, again, it's kind of aggravating to see that now if they're doing something wrong, yeah, they should definitely be reprimanded, but that's just crazy. The commission has interviewed dozens of witnesses, both inside and outside of Amazon, including CEO Andy Jassy and former CEO and founder Jeff Bezos, the report said, adding that it is likely to file its case in federal court rather than an in-house tribunal. Politico did not mention the exact details of the final lawsuit, but said that personnel throughout the agency, including the FCC chair, Lena Khan, has honed in on several Amazon business practices. So that'll be something to keep an eye on in the coming months. And I tell you what, this could potentially pull Amazon down further. I was an avid believer that we were going to continue higher, and that Amazon was the next tech play to get a run up and keep moving. But this could possibly pull it down further. So we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, let's take a look at the S&P 500. And then since we're talking about Amazon, we'll go ahead and look at Amazon again on the chart just kind of quickly and see what it's telling us. All right, guys, taking a look at the S&P 500 180-day 4-hour time frame. Just redrew the fib level. Next week I'll have to update it again because we're about to pass through this section here. We're on the low for the 180-day 4-hour time frame. It looks like we are currently overvalued again. And if we do get any type of run up, we should break through currently where we are, or at least retest that high of 45.80.62, and kind of setting up for a pullback here, in my opinion, as you see kind of the double top of one hitting here, coming down, looking like we're going to hit again. And we've had a nice run since basically since January, or really late February, early March. So we're due for some type of cool-off period, in my opinion, at least temporarily. And the key level to look at is 43.72.36. So if we do get a pullback and we fall back down, that's the key level of support that you want to take a look at on the S&P 500 in order to see if we're going to go lower or hold support and continue to move higher. So as promised, we'll quickly take a look at Amazon. And Amazon, as you see here, hit a high of 136.65. News came out last night. Here it is, and it just kind of sort of fell off of a cliff here. Your main support level is you're going to look for 123.62 right here, this support level here. And if it bounces off of there, good sign for us. If it falls below and you want to keep an eye on 115.56. Okay, that's what you want to keep an eye on. So we're currently undervalued here, and so typically what happens again whenever you're undervalued, just like any other stock, is you typically see some buyers coming in to hold the price up because they see it at a good value for that particular time frame. But we'll see exactly what happens as far as this lawsuit if if it brings it down further. And just keep in mind, everything in the market's an overreaction, either to the upside or the downside. And in this case, it's an overreaction to the downside temporarily. It's just yet to be seen exactly how far down we have overreacted to or will overreact to. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you in this video. Let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.